Hey, what's up guys, it's Phantom here and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. I have been posting a lot of Pirate recently, I just realized, and hopefully you guys aren't too angry with me, you know, for all my Wiz subscribers and everything. But today, this video that I'm going to be making is especially interesting because it is actually a continuation of the first video that I ever uploaded on this channel. If any of you guys need a reminder of what that is, it's this video. I'm sure many of you who are watching this haven't seen it. This was my first video that ever appeared on my channel. It's pretty important to me. It's about a theory of what the Lighthouse world in Pirate101 is. I can show it off to you guys right now. I'm in the Skyway as we speak, if I can find it there. Yeah, you see it down there in the corner next to Grizzleheim right there. That is the Lighthouse world. It is pretty much one of Pirate's biggest mysteries. I think it's been boggling my mind for like years and years now. I mean, honestly, like no one really knows what this thing is, but I have a pretty solid theory, or at least the most solid theory that I have seen. And I don't have any rock hard evidence, but this mainly is just a theory, guys. But I think it's a pretty good one. So just hear me out, guys. Today I'm going to be attempting to classify this mysterious world, and maybe give you guys a name and give some insight into whether or not it is actually a world. So anyways, I'm going to get right into the analysis right now. So the world itself, guys, let me find it again. I'm not really sure. It's kind of random how like it pops up in the Stormgate here. Let me go up to my ship right now so I can show you guys, give you guys one more look at it. I'm sure many of you do know what this world looks like. Where could it be? Where could it be? Man, right when I need it, it always just disappears. Okay, I don't know where. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna. Okay, is it? Okay, I can't find it. Damn it. Okay, it's fine. But yeah, so the Lighthouse world. It's in the Stormgate. If you guys want to come take a look for yourselves. If you don't know which Stormgate I'm in the one between Skull Island, going to Cool Ranch. There, you guys can see the Lighthouse world right next to Cool Ranch's bubble right there. It's very interesting. It is a lighthouse sat upon like a rocky base. So that's pretty interesting. Anyways, that's what the world looks like. Okay, let's get into my first video that I posted. First, I'm going to be disproving this theory. Basically, the theory that I had was that this world, the Lighthouse world right here, was actually the world Yago that was mentioned in the Tower of the Elephant in Wizard 101. And my reasoning for this was, it's even worse than my reasoning in this video. It's just give me a break, guys. It was like my first video, okay? So my reasoning was because the Central itself said the world was Yago, as you can see, Yago right here. But I realized that it doesn't actually say that it's Yago. The caption for it is actually, like on Pirate101 Central, the caption's actually Mystery World right here, because it is a mystery world, you know? Nobody actually really knows what this thing is, even though it's been in the game for quite some time now. And then we have Yago here, which is just like a world that was mentioned. These worlds have been mentioned by various characters, but have not yet opened to visits, right? So they haven't been released, which is Yago. And then there's this mystery world that we've all seen, but haven't actually seen any of. But it says worlds, which means these two right here, which means these are two separate things. So this does not equal this, and that's it. That's kind of where it stopped right there. Kind of a bad theory, I know, but it was my first video. It did decently, I guess, for my channel. Now getting into what this actually is. So I'm actually going to go to one of the threads here. I was researching the Lighthouse world a bit. There are a few threads about it, but there is not much to do with this world. Not a lot of people actually kind of make an effort to figure out what this world is. A lot of people just kind of assume. A lot of people assumed it was Imperio, which it actually wasn't. So I found this interesting thread here. It says, according to the housing item, the artwork of Marleybone. This is a housing item that you can get in Pirate. I'm not really sure how you do it, since I haven't quested up to that point. But you get this housing item called the artwork of Marleybone. In this, there is a fishing village in Albion that has a lighthouse. So very likely that world could be Albion. So Albion has been mentioned. Basically, it's like kind of the home world, I'm pretty sure, of the foxes. But what leads me to believe that this isn't actually like an actual world, like the the lighthouse world that you see in the Stormgate isn't an actual world, is because Albion is very likely just another extension of Marleybone. Because first of all, it was announced, not announced, but it was shown in the housing item titled the artwork of Marleybone that there is a fishing village in Albion, which is part of the artwork of Marleybone. Therefore, Albion is part of Marleybone, most likely. So basically, the whole you know, art of Albion thing. There's concept art for 2 islands in Albion, this specific place. It definitely exists. Albion definitely exists in the games. We know this. So that's already one big hint. One's called Cathel and the other is called just a setter fishing village. However, this fishing village has a lighthouse. And I know I might be going off on a limb here and you guys are like, oh, that's not enough evidence. Like, oh, this place, it just has a lighthouse. That doesn't mean anything. The only other place that has a lighthouse in either of the games, I'm pretty sure, is the ruined lighthouse in Pirate101. That's about it. Otherwise, this is the only clue to a place having a lighthouse that we've ever seen. And the lighthouse in, you know, the Stormgate here, it looks lit, right? The one in the ruined lighthouse isn't. Obviously, this isn't the ruined lighthouse. That's not what I'm trying to prove. This lighthouse is definitely lit up. It's definitely very lively. The world, you know, it kind of, you know, so just let's think about this. Albion, let's imagine it as an extension of Marleybone, kind of where the foxes originate from. Remember, in Marleybone, we actually see many foxes in the pirate version of Marleybone. There's a lot of fox bandits and stuff that we end up fighting. If I come over to here, to this thread, no one's actually replied to it, but basically, if you take a look here, it was looking, he looked at the Marleybonian concept art. He found Albion Fishing Island. Basically, this is like the biggest clue we've had to this lighthouse world. This has just boggled my mind. It's the biggest mystery in Pirate, for me at least, besides the whole El Dorado thing. And where that is, this is the second most important thing. What the hell this lighthouse world is, because all the other worlds that we know in Pirate, the ones that float around in the storm gates, have all been classified, besides the lighthouse world. And I don't know if it's a coincidence that there's also a lighthouse in the Albion Fishing Islands. So, anyways, guys, let's get into the actual art here. As you can see, this is an image from someone's game with the art of Marleybone housing item here. It's a setter fishing village in Albion Skyway. So this is titled Albion Skyway, which makes me think it is most definitely part of Marleybone. As you can see, the night sky here, it's very consistent with the Marleybonian sky and the whole theme of the world and all that. So it just shows, you know, a little village here. You know, it's got some water and everything. It looks really pretty. I really wish they would have actually made this into you know, an actual thing, besides just have it be concept art. But as you can see, there's a lighthouse here. This is the only other lighthouse in the game, and as you can see, it's actually lit up, which is pretty interesting. So the lighthouse world, the actual bubble that you see in the Skyway, is a lighthouse on a rocky base. The lighthouse here is a lighthouse which is lit up on a rocky base. I'm just saying. You guys might think I'm kind of making assumptions here, but this is the biggest hint that I've discovered that could lead to what the lighthouse world really means. I know that Pirate's probably not going to get any more story updates. They just announced that, I know, but I'd really like to solve this mystery because it's just so you can't just have a whole world right here and just not tell anyone what it is. So I think that this is most likely Albion. My other reason for saying this is that I think I just bumped something there. So the world, when you immediately look at the lighthouse world, you kind of get the sense it's a bit dark and dreary over there. Besides the, of course, lighthouse that is lit up, it's not that pleasant. You know, it looks kind of dark and kind of abandoned and everything. Which I'm just saying, Marleybone also has a dark theme to it, dark black theme to it, and a lot of people did think that this world was Marleybone when they first saw it, before Marleybone was actually introduced later into the game. But it would make sense that Albion itself is just an extension of Marleybone that we never actually got to see, which is where the foxes come, which is where the foxes, you know, are, which are also coincidentally in Marleybone. So I think it is safe to say that Albion is part of Marleybone. Whether we'll actually go there, I'm guessing not, but that is my theory of what the lighthouse world is. Like, it's just so much of a coincidence that you've got this lighthouse here. This is the only place with a lit lighthouse in the entire game that has ever been teased, guys. And I'm just saying, it looks like Marleybone, you know, the whole thing. It just looks a lot like Marleybone if we come back to it. Oh, I don't want to click that. If we come back to it, obviously, the whole lighthouse thing. Okay, it disappeared again. I hate when it does that, because then I can't show you guys what I'm talking about. But the lighthouse world definitely looks a lot like Marleybone in its black, dark themes, you know. kind of industrial looking place, you know, which is obviously what Marleybone is. The only thing that kind of stumps me, that makes me think it's not Albion, is the fact that it has its own world bubble here, because this isn't actually here. You can see it right there. That is a separate world bubble from Marleybone. You can't see the Marleybone's world bubble in here, but it's the Big Ben, you know, thing. It's kind of, you know, the staple for Marleybone, the whole Big Ben thing. That's what Marleybone's bubble looks like. But the lighthouse one back there is just, it's different, but it does look a lot like Marleybone. You know, you guys can agree with me on that at least, that it does look a lot like Marleybone. I definitely think if this isn't a whole separate world entirely, that this is definitely most likely Albion. Of course, Albion could still be its own world. I hope it is still. I mean, I hope it is its own world, and perhaps maybe the foxes from Albion like migrated to Marleybone or something, or kind of made Marleybone what it is, because obviously that lighthouse world looks a lot like Marleybone, and obviously it's got to be related to it somewhat. To be mentioned in here as Albion Skyway, which I guess is an extension of Marleybone. I don't know. But this does look a lot like Marleybone to me. So this lighthouse world, basically my overarching theory is that that lighthouse world right there is most likely Albion or Albion Skyway, part of Marleybone. I mean, it's kind of the biggest hint we've gotten for a while. Of course, you know, with the concept art and all that. It is most likely part of Marleybone. It kind of sucks that it probably isn't its own world. The only thing is that it has its own world bubble. I don't know why KI did that. Like I said, they made this a long time ago. Like, when did it come out? I think 7 years ago in 2012 when Pirate101 first dropped. You know, that's when they, of course, established all that stuff. But that is the biggest hint. That is the biggest hint we've gotten. This lit lighthouse on this island. This is, of course, in the actual game here. That is what the art of Marleybone shows you. You know, so that is most likely. Why am I... Sorry. My mic is, like, in front of my taskbar, so I can't see where I'm clicking too well, guys. Sorry about that. But that is my main theory as to what the lighthouse world is. Just kind of disproving my old theory. It is kind of funny how this is kind of a part 2 to my first video, because I made the first video on the lighthouse world, and this is also on the lighthouse world. You know, maybe we'll have even more lighthouse world videos in the future, because this world, it just looks so interesting. But I have concluded that it is most likely Albion / Albion Skyway. It all depends whether they actually decided to make Albion their own separate world, or if they had plans for that in the future, and maybe that's why they had their own world bubble. But it is most likely, since it is referenced to as Albion Skyway, part of Marleybone, or at least it's near Marleybone somewhat. I don't know, guys, but it is Albion in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That is all I've got for you guys today, but I think it is pretty interesting that I found that concept art, and that it actually came up. I think that article... there's the lighthouse world again for those of you who want to get like a third look or something. But this article is not that old. As you can see, it was actually this year in April, which is, I don't know, 5 months ago or something. I have no clue. It's October right now. But anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Obviously, you know, a lot of clues in the art of Marleybone / art of Albion housing item, because, you know, it's really interesting to see what this is, and that's the biggest hint we've gotten yet. So I am assuming that it is Albion. Hopefully we get to see Albion in the future. I think it's been mentioned in Wiz, like, more than once. I know the Monstrology person mentions it, and probably someone else as well. So anyways, that is definitely where the foxes come from. I'm definitely sure of that. But that does give me, the, you know, fishing island vibes, because obviously you got the lit lighthouse and the rocky base where it is. You can only really see the lighthouse, but that kind of makes sense because it's a low pixelated image, so they can't really show too much in these little world bubbles. But anyways, that is my theory for today, guys. Hopefully you guys agree with me. I think it's pretty rock solid as to what the lighthouse world is now. I'm kind of glad that I got some closure on that, but of course it could be its own separate world entirely, and this entire video could be wrong. I don't know, guys, but hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure to leave a like if you did. It is kind of funny that it is a sequel to my, you know, first video and all that. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. I will see you guys in the next video. Sorry for all the pirate videos lately, for the Wiz content people. You know, I think I'll have a Wiz video coming out soon, but hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, or like the video, and have a good rest of your day, guys. Goodbye.